All right, everyone. Good evening. My name is Matt Meister, and I am the Director of Communications in School District 49. And every month prior to our Board of Education meeting, we celebrate Fantastic 49, which is an opportunity to highlight the bright spots happening in our district, the people and the programs that are really making a difference in the lives of young people and in the families that we serve. And this month, we have a special opportunity to honor some of the organizations that employ a lot of our parents. A lot of our employees have previously served in the armed forces. And so we are going to celebrate the partnership that District 49 has with the military tonight. And to do that, I'd like to welcome the District 49 Director of Culture and Services, Dr. Lewis Fletcher.
Thank you, Matt. All right. Yeah, well, now that we got that down to be able to cross paths without colliding, we probably can start being one of like those performance teams for the military. Let me move this down a little bit. It's with great pleasure that we welcome those people who support us to do great things for our students. We thought it pertinent to be able to have a celebration of that tonight. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is bring up Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jalen Chris from Sand Creek High School to start us off right with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now that's the way to start off Fantastic 49. We say the Pledge of Allegiance at the board meeting all the time, but having a live singer here is a special thing to have. What this is all about is that for the past 2 years, in consecutive years, we've been able to work with our military partners over at the bases to give us letters of support to get us to a place where we were able to win 2 consecutive Department of Defense Education Activity awards. The first one being $1.5 million for 5 years, and the second one being $1 million for 5 years. With that done, we want to let you know it's not just asking for a piece of paper from time to time, it's bringing you over, celebrating you, and telling you what we're doing with the paper that we got from the paper you gave us. So with that, I'm going to have my project managers, one for Bright, and they'll explain what these acronyms mean, and Ignite, come up and talk to you about the programs and what the application of these dollars from the Department of Defense are doing for School District 49, and subsequently the kids for your kids and the kids of the people who serve.
Thank you, Dr. Fletcher. Well, good evening. My name is Lea Holland, and I am the Bright Project Director. Bright stands for Building Restorative Interventions, Growing Honorable Traditions, and it focuses on the social-emotional learning of our children, our students here in District 49. Our goals for Bright are measured and met through the implementation of restorative practices and also through the work of our military student transition consultant, Ms. Melissa Dashner, sitting back here. Our active duty military connected students and families make up nearly 25% of School District 49. typically not what's thought about in the community, that we are so military heavy here. The partnership with our local installations is integral to ensure that each one of these families is supported and cared for through their distinct challenges. Thank you, Mr. Williams, Colonel Moore, Colonel Grant, for joining us tonight so that we may celebrate our military community and the important work we have done and will continue to do together. And Mary.
Hello, welcome. My name is Mary Velasquez, and I am the Ignite project manager. Ignite builds on Bright by illuminating goals and nurturing interests towards engagement. We feel that after providing our students a safe and caring environment to learn through Bright, they will be prepared and excited to accept new challenges and learn new skills through Ignite. We will offer new STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, opportunities to our K-8 students. I cannot tell you how excited I am to support and challenge our military-connected students. Leah mentioned the 25% of our population, but we have also discovered that the number is even greater when you consider our invisible population, those students who are military-connected but are in families maybe with a retired military person. Thank you again, Mr. Williams, Colonel Moore, and Colonel Grant for joining us tonight and for your very, very appreciated partnership with District 49.
All right, we have very special guests here to introduce our local School District 49 ROTC members. I would first like to call up Cadet First Class Nicholas Benfill, and he is coming from Vista Ridge High School, followed by Cadet First Class Sierra Cisneros from Falcon High, and then Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jalen Chris from Sand Creek High School.
We would like to start our celebration tonight by recognizing our relationship with Peterson Air Force Base. Here to accept their award is Colonel Todd Moore. Colonel Todd Moore is commander of the 21st Space Wing, Peterson Air Force Base. Their team provides missile warning and space control for combat forces and the National Command Authorities of the United States and Canada. Colonel Moore earned his commission through Air Force ROTC. He gained extensive satellite operations experience through a diverse set of Air Force Space Command and National Reconnaissance Office missions. This included military satellite communications, advanced capability demonstrations, and multiple intelligence systems. Colonel Moore has also served as an Air Force instructor and on the Joint Chiefs of Staff Task Force. Please join me in recognizing Colonel Todd Moore and Peterson Air Force Base for their contributions to District 49.
And sir, if you would come up and make some comments, and then we'll give you a presento.
So it is an honor to be here tonight, and thank you very much for the introduction. What I would say as a parent myself, I am the one who is commissioned to serve, but it's my kids who have to ride along, and I am so thankful that they are a resilient crew. But the challenges don't stop for them at all, despite their personality. Each move is difficult, and as we go longer and longer in service, the faster the moves come and the tighter the friendships get, the more intense each departure and each arrival becomes. And I can't tell you how important it is for any school district or any school to recognize the emotional toll that takes on the kids as they show up brand new to yet another school, trying to make friends, trying to find where they fit academically, and all of everything that goes behind that. So I genuinely appreciate a school district like 49 that recognizes how many of its students are military and how deliberate you are in terms of trying to meet those needs, despite their parents' service and continual moving around the country and the world. So thank you very much from the entire 21st Space Wing.
And sir, we also have up here, sir. Okay. We have a plaque for your
that is for the installation.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate all the person does as well. And there's also a coin with typical military.
There you go. Thank you.
Us as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Next, we would like to show our appreciation to Schriever Air Force Base. Here to accept their award is Colonel Jennifer Grant. Colonel Jennifer Grant is a commander, 50th Space Wing, Air Force Space Command, Schriever Air Force Base. As a commander, she is responsible for civilian and contractor personnel who support communications, navigations, and surveillance satellites worldwide. Colonel Grant entered the Air Force as a graduate of United States Air Force Academy. Her career has included various satellite space operations, launch tests, and acquisition program management assignments. She has also served with the Joint Staff in the Office of the Secretary of Defense. Please join me in honoring Colonel Jennifer Grant and Schriever Air Force Base for the contributions to District 49.
I just wanted to say thank you for extending the wing an invitation to come here, and I'm happy to represent our wing. I also have 2 small kids, so I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old who are just cutting their teeth on the movement and the adjustment required. And I will echo Colonel Moore's comments that anytime we have school district population, schools, teachers, counselors who get involved with our young ones across the board and help them to become more adaptive and more resilient, there's a lot of goodness there. And I think that the Bright and Ignite partnership and those programs working in concert provide our children the opportunity to feel at home and to integrate very well and to find connections with other students and other children who are just like them, as opposed to being the singleton who rolls in and has to try to fit in. And so I thank you very much for the outreach and for the connection to that. And for context, the students at Schriever, I know sometimes we kind of think about Schriever as being sort of out there a little bit. We have 514 students that the families that work and live on Schriever. And I will tell you from personal experience and from exposure out there that our parents and our families are extremely grateful for each and every one of you, for the partnerships that we have, not just with the district itself, but with the individual teachers and with the district reps, educators, counselors, MFLAC, and the folks responsible for those 2 programs, Dr. Fisher. And so we look forward to continuing to work together and to find areas for those partnerships too. So thank you very much. On behalf of all the men and women and the kiddos there at Schriever, we salute you. Thank you.
Finally, we would like to show our appreciation for and recognition of our partnership with Fort Carson. Here to accept their award is Mr. Deonzo Williams. Mr. Deonzo M. Williams, also known as Mr. D, is a school liaison officer at Fort Carson. He has worked for Child, Youth, and School Services for 11 years. Mr. Williams is a native of Colorado Springs and graduated from Western State University with a Bachelor of Arts in Science, majoring in biology. In 2006, he continued his education at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs, where he obtained his master's degree in special education. He currently holds licenses in all 3 endorsements in special education. Please join me in recognizing Mr. Deonzo Williams and Fort Carson for their contributions to District 49.
Good evening. I'd like to first start off by saying I'm here on behalf of Colonel Fitch. He wasn't able to attend this evening. And again, thank you very much for this. And I have an awesome opportunity to be able to have the liberty to be able to serve in both worlds. To be able to have a daughter that goes to Vista Ridge High School as well as a sophomore, and then be able to work at Fort Carson as well and be able to be the school liaison of this district. which is awesome. So again, I'm very honored tonight on behalf of the board and everyone here tonight. That's the first staff. Again, like I said before, I'm very honored to be here and represented as a parent and also as a school liaison for the district. Thank you.
So this is just a small token of our appreciation, but as we know, going through military careers, there's those times when you just have to say thank you, whether it's in a child line or getting off of a transport or something like that, and this is one of those times. Once you have you come in and see where we are now, so that as you come in the future and you see what's going on with School District 49, you'll see those changes. And more importantly, you see those changes in the kids based on the programs that we're able to give them based on your support. Thank you.
That concludes the official activities of Fantastic 49. We do have some refreshments in the back. We have some Bright and Ignite cupcakes. Get a little sugar rush before you go home. Have some dinner if you haven't been home yet. Meet some people that are in the room. Thank you again for being here. We appreciate your continued support and partnership. We're honored to be part of that as well. And we'll get going with our regular meeting in about 10 minutes.